bullseye.
Hello everybody, it's Papamaster05 here, back on my Feed the Bee single player world. I'm going to do another little quick tutorial on, I'm still sticking with the forestry mod right now. I want to do a bunch of the forestry and then move on to something else once I get done with the forestry mods. What I'm doing today is doing a peat bog. What you'll need for this is obviously the peat bog. And excuse me if I pronounce this wrong. The turberry is another thing you'll need. These are the main two things you'll need for this. You'll need 2 engines to power these. You can use I believe you could use redstone engines. I'm not sure how fast that would do, if it has enough power to do these. I believe that they're about the same and probably would work, but when I do these I use the peat fired engine. That way once you start making peat, basically becomes self-efficient. You just have to keep putting it in. I thought about changing it to the electric engines and doing it that way, like I did some of my my tree farms, but I always stick with these for the peat farm. These are kind of the outdated farms. They do have the what is it, the multi-farm, or whatever it is. I haven't really messed with those much. I stay with the outdated ones. I enjoy it and they're easy to use. I haven't figured out like I said, I haven't figured out the multi-farm. Once I figure those out, I'll probably do some more stuff with those. But right now, I'm using these right now. To get started, what you'll need is since I'm using the peat fire engines, if you're just starting out, you won't have any peat. It's actually pretty easy to get, which I will show you down here. Basically all you do is first you'll need bog earth to make the peat, and I'll probably get this recipe wrong, but to make the bog earth, what you do is just simply, you can go into any crafting table, and I believe this is the recipe. You'll need sand, dirt, and some source of water. Right now I'm just using a water bucket, just kind of showing you how it's made. Oops, I don't need that. No dirt. Hang on a second. Okay. Let's see if I get this right here first. No. There we go. What you need is sand, dirt, and like I said, a source of water. This is the recipe for it. You'll need 4 dirt, 4 sand, and then the water. Make 6 bog earth. With the bucket, it gives you the bucket back. I believe with the cells, it uses the cells up, so that's why starting off I always use the bucket. What I do after, to make it kind of automated, I'll show you over here real quick. This is where I get my little setup over here. I use this to use a carpenter to make it. Basically just set up the recipe, put all your materials here. This is the easier way of doing it, which I like, is using the mulch. You don't have to use the water. And I believe it, like with a carpenter, it makes like 8 or 9 bog earth. I can't remember exactly sure, but this is a lot easier way of doing it than the water. Then you don't have to keep using buckets or water cells or anything like that. And then I've got not gonna let me do it here. I've got this for the water supply, because you'll need water to make this. To get mulch, the easiest way I found is to use a moistener. You put in you can use cobblestone or stone bricks here. You throw wheat in there and it moistens it until it makes it into mulch. And what's nice about this, it makes a mossy stone or mossy stone bricks if you want to use for building something later. Yeah, let's go back. Okay, now say you want to use the peat fired engines, and you don't have any peat. And oh great, use my water supply here. Jump down here and grab some real quick. Okay. Oop. Great. There we go. Back up here. Okay, to make to make the peat, what you do is make a circle of bog earth, put your water supply there in the middle. It takes a little while. What you'll do is you'll notice it'll change colors, and then once it does, it actually becomes I believe peat, and then you just dig it up and it'll give you the dirt and a piece of peat back. I'll come back to this later. It takes a little while to actually make it, so I'll get back to that here in a minute. Now to set this up, you want to put these here. Okay, what you'll need, your peat bog, what you want to put down first. That'll be basically the center of it. There's different ways of building this however you want to. The turberry is what is actually will collect the peat and the dirt for you. There's different ways of doing. Let me see. Yep, I got Chester. Okay. There's different ways of doing this. This is the way I usually do it. I'll just put a chest right next to each one. That way, like here in the peat bog, over here is where you'll put your bog earth. You put that over there, and you'd fill it up. I just grabbed a couple stacks for right now. Dirt is a byproduct of it, so that's why I've got this chest here. It'll automatically put the dirt into the chest, and this is where your peat will go once the machine basically digs it up for you. Okay, now to power it, and there they are. And I believe you could put barrels next to it. I haven't done that. I just used double chest here. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you could use barrels, but I haven't tried that yet. What you want to do is set your engines down next to them to actually power it. Then you'll need 2 levers. Turn them on. Now what I do, and I don't have them on me. Let me check over here real quick. And I don't have any on me. Let me go check over here real quick. What you need. Oh, wait, no, I've got to. What I'm doing is I'm looking for some stairs. Oh, yeah, there. Okay. Wow. Okay. The reason I do stairs, and you can use whatever you want, I just set them around here. Because if you're not watching, you're watching your farm here, and it runs out of bog earth. It has water here, which could knock out your levers here, and I just use this so I don't have to keep making levers. Put whatever you want around here. Then what you'll want to do, let me make sure I got everything here. Yep, bog earth. Okay. What you do for the peat, you got to use peat in for the engines. There's oh, I can't ever remember the name of it. There's this peat here. It produces a lot more than the regular, just the regular peat. But to make that, you need this is the recipe for it. Ash is pretty easy to get because that's a byproduct of the peat-fired engines. But and yeah, I'm not even gonna say it. This is from the bees. I believe it's from the silky comb. I believe is where that comes from. I guess there's a whole bunch, yeah, different ways of getting it, but which is a little bit harder to get. So I just stick with the regular old peat. Once my bees get going here a little bit more, I may switch to that if I get enough left over. But what you do next is turn them on, and I believe, oops, yeah, I should have enough bog earth. What it'll do is it'll take this bog earth and actually it'll start setting it out, and eventually with bigger engines probably be a lot faster, but this is just an easy way. The only thing, I like the forestry mod a lot. The only problem with a lot of things, like I believe, yeah, it uses it's kind of, when you're starting off, it uses copper. A lot of the forestry stuff uses copper, which can be kind of hard to come by. This is the recipe for the peat bog, and this is the recipe for the turberry. A lot of the other thing you have to use is a lot of bronze. So if you got a lot of copper and tin laying around, it's not too bad. But it's kind of hard starting off. But I really like this. It's pretty handy. Okay, there it goes. It's starting to set it down now. I can't remember the exact size that it puts down. But yeah, see, this is the water I was talking about. So like, say this breaks off, it'll knock all your levers off. That's why I just put something here to block it. Then it'll make its way around. And let me go check. Yeah, there we go. This is where you get the peat from, which I'm going to collect the water. I just wanted to show you this for an example here. What you do is just take your shovel, dig it up, and it gives you a piece of peat, and it gives you the dirt back. And so that's a easy way to get peat for the peat-fired engines. That's why I say it's pretty. Once you get all the machines built up, it's actually, you know, pretty self-efficient. It's easy to get peat, and once it actually starts going, you'll have plenty of peat. I've got 3 or 4 barrels full of it already. I did have, let's see, I did have them set up. I've had it set up over there for quite some time. I had 2 of them going, but I wanted to move it over here. Kind of what I'm doing is just making a little tower, and each level's gonna have the peat farm going on here. Like I said, it takes it quite a while to get going. I'm gonna go grab some more bog earth here real quick. I'll grab 3. Alright. That's it. The other thing, I'm pretty sure you can have, you know, a chest full of it, and having like a redstone engine pump it in here, but I just haven't done that yet. I probably should. It'd be a lot easier pumping the bog earth into it. Okay, it's about done here. I'm hoping I get to show you what it does. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna wait here just for a minute, and I'll be right back and show you when it actually turns it into peat. So I'll be right back. Okay, there it goes. Got a piece of, you know, got it changed into peat. So what it'll do is here in a second, it'll come on. You need it. Now, it's kind of slow with the peat-fired engines, but it's just something easy to make and makes it self-efficient. See, but there it goes. What it did, it took the basically stripped the peat out of it, turned it to dirt, and then it'll change it back to bog earth. Yep. Like I say, it's not the fastest way, but once yep, there it goes. Okay. Once you get more, it goes faster once it gets running for a while. And see, you got first piece of peat over there, and then that dirt, it also collects that dirt and brings it over here. I'm sure there's a lot of more efficient, a lot of more efficient ways of doing this, but this is the way I always do when I'm first starting off. And you can use, the peat-fired engines for a lot of different things. But what I like, doing is just self-efficient. But say once you get more peat, you can use it. Wow, you can use it for a lot more stuff. So, yep, just an easy way to get some power when you're first starting off. So, if you have any questions, feel free to post them at the bottom. I check quite often, and we'll comment back to any questions or comments you have. So, all right, thank you. I'll see you in the next tutorial.